Oh, I guess what was the mood of practice today? I mean, just after what happened in Denver.
Yeah, no, I mean, listen, they were, I was, they were, all of us, we focused, we went pretty hard. No, we got back to back coming, but we had to get through some things, get some things squared away. Got to work on, spent the first hour ish on defense, just getting all the pieces back, going through everything, going through lots of coverages, and then we moved to the other side of the ball. So, but it's hard work. It was done hard, done with decent focus.
Yeah,
Commitment. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, you mentioned the other night in Denver about like how in the beginning of it was like you were trying to run one scheme and then the other guys running other schemes or something. I guess how hard is that because of like guys who are hitting out of the lineup to try to get everybody on the same page?
Yeah, I mean, it is. I think that is obviously probably the crux of it, right? It's just again, and probably it's just of it's just a different chain of communication going on out there with than it was 2 nights ago with different guys, right? And I think there was just some missed links in the chain where it doesn't seem like it's like it should be very difficult, but guys coming in, guys coming out, guys all over the place, different positions, all that stuff just made it a little bit more complicated to get organized. And you guys know I say that, I've been saying that all the time, right? Like just getting organized is like step one, solution one, whatever you want to call it, when guys are coming in and out. Can you get the ball in bounds? Can you get into your schemes right? Can you call guys get in the right positions for things, etc. Let alone trying to execute them right after that, and then do it really hard after that, and then start responding to problems after that, right?
Is that the root of the transition issues too? Just having to also do that on the
No,
fly or
no. I mean, I think again, that was combination of a lot of stuff, right? And I think that first and foremost, again, I keep saying is like you got to finish at the rim, which we did not. Um, again, like you were there, right? You saw there was a lot of 3-on-1s that ended up missed and down the other end for either an open three or a dunk. So if you finish, they're gonna have to take it out. You're gonna get your defense. So you got to finish, got to score some. Shots got to be in rhythm. That's like 1, 2, 3 before your transition defense starts. Then you got to run hard. You got to communicate great. Okay, that's 4 and 5. You got to do all 5 of those things, and I'm not sure they're missing, right? But it starts if you can give yourself help by finishing at the rim and executing and getting rhythm shots. It's gonna be good. I mean, the offense wasn't terrible the other night, right? I don't know how many assists we had. One of our highest of the season.
made shots too.
Made some, made some, right? Made some, but there was a lot of assists. A lot of there wasn't terrible in stretches, but the defense was, and the defense when our offense wasn't good. Said this to you the other night. We paid the price every time. It felt like I was playing in the Euro League again. So what happens over there? You're like, you make a mistake if they're 3-balling you at the other end. You know what I mean? Like it's like you pay for everything we did the other night. Yeah.
Nick, I guess to that point, how frustrating is that where defense has been that you guys have had a calling card has been that, right? Is that you played hard and teams over and whatnot. And offense has been the issue. So, you scored 67 points and a half, have a big assist night, and then the other side gives out, I guess, like it's gotta be the spirit.
Well, it's frustrating and for sure, right? But I also wouldn't like say that's who we are now. You know what I mean? Like it'd be much easier to kind of look at the last 20 games and say our defense has been pretty solid rather than just say, oh my God, we don't play any defense now after one game. Right. So whatever the combination of factors that got us out of whack defensively the other night, um, we gotta flush those and get back to like how we've been playing, and I believe that we will. Yep.
Nick, with Joel, do you have a timeline for when he'll be reevaluated?
I do not. You guys got anything
From last week. So it's coming week.
this coming weekend? Yep.
He mentioned like step one organizational issues and today focus was pretty.
You know what I mean by getting organized. I
Yes.
don't mean our organization at all.
Sorry. Like
Organization's fine. Very pleasant place to work. Very pleasant place to work.
yeah.
Gosh, it's great. All that stuff. Yep.
the organization of the physical players.
Yes,
of course.
yeah.
I know in the past you've mentioned when you drill it over and over again because guys are in or guys
Yep.
are out, there is a struggle with it gets monotonous, especially for guys who've been
Yep.
doing it for a long time. Is there any concern or is there anything that you do to try to make sure that it's just as dialed and intense? You know, like I know
Yes,
it's silly
yes.
thought, but
No, it's,
we're doing
it's
it
a great
over and over
question.
again.
It's a great question, right? First of all, it's been so jumbled that it's not gotten very monotonous very much. Cause like literally like one guy's in and two guys are shifting positions. So that's three guys that are like, that's like 60% of the plays not fresh or needs to be reviewed. There's two guys over there. I gotta do this. It's the 1,000th time I run this play this week, you know? So yes, but to answer your question, yes, like we mix it up, like what are some examples? Well, what did we do today to mix it up? We did some things to mix it up today. We have our player development staff play defense on like OB plays for a while, and then they don't. Then they play them on full court plays for a while, and then they don't. Like kind of, sometimes they got to really dial it in. We had them switch from man to zone without telling anybody a couple times to recognize what you're supposed to do on that. So yeah, those are some of the things. Yep.
Nick, out of necessity throughout the season, you've had to rely on some of the younger guys who perhaps you didn't really plan on entering.
Yep.
What have you really seen from Justin and them as of late, as it kind of gone a little bit more?
Yeah. So again, that's like I think it's an opportunity that's been presented to us, and an opportunity for those guys for us to really evaluate them. I think Bona obviously is showing some. I think Bona probably shows more spurts. You know what I'm saying? But obviously does some really good things, like he block a shot, he protect the rim, he'll offensive rebound, which I think he's picked up, get the lob dunk here and there, get a little bit better. He got blitzed the other night and kicked one out for a 3-ball. Like so he's growing in some of those areas. My biggest concern with him is just a little bit too like this. And a lot of it's just based on energy. A lot of it's based on opponent, how fast the game's being young, right? Like our coaching point for him right now would be like really got to get ready to play really hard and really physical night after night after night after night. Right? It's a skill, and it's one that we think you can teach and one that can be learned, and that's what we're trying to do. Plays pretty hard most of the time, but we need all the time at some point, right? Is it 3 out of 5 games now? 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5. And let's get it to, 4 out of 6. And let's get it, I don't think nobody does it every night. We want to get that ratio up higher. And Justin, listen, I think Justin's got a real chance, right? I think he's got a real chance. He's played very well, I think, very solid. Plays both ends, rebounds for his position. Seems again to gravitate to open areas effortlessly. Like, he just moves into, he's got the ball, he's got shots, he's got play on the catches. He's got a little bit of an in-between and finish game to him now. Tries to guard, right? Still young, that makes enough mistakes and gets put in some situations where he's guarding somebody really, really good, but it's really good for him. Right? It's really good for him right now. And I see positive future for him.
Why do you think Justin's basketball sense, as you put it, has applied pretty well to the NBA for him, whereas maybe last year or prior to that it hadn't applied the same? Like he seemed to found his game at the NBA level than even had previously.
Coaching. No, just kidding.
The
No,
great
no.
organization.
Yeah, no. I don't know. I don't really know that much about that last year. All I know is that right now it really appears to me that he knows how to play the game. Got a good feel and good IQ.